Well, hi and hello there. Today we start telling a story in the world of Mountain Blade Warband. Yeah, that's right. We're playing Mountain Blade. Starting the legend of a warlord, basically. Somebody who will conquer the world, or at least will in the future, because he doesn't know he is a he, and he doesn't know exactly what he's doing with his life right now. So yeah, he is my father was a veteran warrior. Yeah. As a child, your family scrabbled out of a meager living from your father's wages as a guardman to the local lord. It was not an easy existence, and you were too poor to get much of an education. You learned mainly how to defend yourself on the streets with or without a weapon in hand. You started to learn about the world almost as soon as you could walk and talk. You spent your early life as a shop assistant. As a boy growing out of childhood, you're apprenticed to a wealthy merchant, picking up the trade over the years of working the shops and driving caravans. You soon became adept at the art of buying low, selling high, and leaving the customer thinking they'd got the better deal. Then, as a young adult, life changed, as it always does. I became a squire. Though the distinction felt sudden to you, somewhere along the way you had become a man, and the whole world seemed to change around you. When you were named squire to a noble at court, you practiced long hours with weapons, learning how to deal out hard knocks and how to take them too. You were instructed in your obligations to your lord and of your duties to those who might one day be your vassals. But in addition to learning the chivalric ideal, you also learn about the less uplifting side, old warrior stories of ruthless power politics, betrayals and usurpations of men who used guile as well as valor to achieve their aims. But soon everything changed. You decided to strike out on your own as an adventurer. What made you take that decision was the loss of a loved one. Only you know exactly what caused you to give up your old life, become an adventurer. All you can say is that you couldn't bear to stay, not with the memories of those you loved so close and so painful. Perhaps your new life will let you forget, or honor the name that you can no longer bear to speak. Become an adventurer and ride to your own destiny. That's exactly what we're going to do. So I like to I'm just going to bring everything as close to 9 as I can. As you can see, I'm not very intelligent, but I'm very charismatic. And very strong now. So we'll need Iron Flesh, Power Strike, and Power Draw. For now, that's all, because these are things we're going to use in battle, and we need that stuff. So yeah. Okay, other stuff. One-handed weapons. Some more in that, and more in archery to bring them close. Now our name. Our name will be John the Peddler. Oops. The Peddler. Ostris. Oh, god damn it. Come on. Apparently I started to forget how to type. Like that. Ostris. Great. done. Oh, this part. Okay, I'm just gonna, do my stuff, but I have to think about how I'm gonna want my character to look like. So yeah, see you in a minute. So I think I'm comfortable with this. We're gonna go with that. Basically, I don't know about the age. Should I make him like middle age or young? I'm gonna go for a young, more manly look. He looks pretty, well, tough for a shop assistant. Anyway, well, he was also a squire. So yeah. You hear about Calradia, a land torn between rival kingdoms, battling each other for supremacy, a haven for knights and mercenaries, cutthroats and adventurers, all willing to risk their lives in pursuit of fortune, power, or glory. In this land, which holds great dangers and even greater opportunities, you believe you may leave your past behind and start a new life. You feel that finally you hold the key to your destiny in your hands, free to choose as you will, and that whatever course you take, great adventures will await you, drawn by the stories you hear about Calradia and its kingdoms. I'm gonna take a ship to Sargoth in the Kingdom of the North. You took passage with the trading longship, carrying, I don't know how to pronounce that, gear falcons from the furthest reaches of the north to be bartered for linen and wool. It sailed early in the season, but the master reckoned that the risk of drifting ice and later winter storms could be justified by arriving ahead of the sea raiders, who by April would be sailing forth from their island lairs to ravage Calradia's coast. It was some relief when your ship came in sight of the delta of the Bill and Bollock rivers, and a short while later rode past tidal flats and coastal marshes to the city of Saga, home to the sea raiders' distant kinsmen, the Nordic lords, who a few generations ago had carved themselves a kingdom in this rich but troubled land. You are exhausted by the time you find the inn in Sargoth and fall asleep quickly. However, you awake before dawn and are eager to explore your surroundings. You venture out onto the streets, which are still deserted. All of a sudden, you hear a sound. You hear a sound that stands the hairs of your neck on the end, the rasp of a blade sliding from its scabbard. Oh, we have a crossbow. How lovely. And a long shield. That's good. Oh, hey. Oh, bow. I'm not very good at aiming. That was luck. Anyway, let's see. Who are you? Merchant. Are you alright? Well, I guess you're alive at any rate. Not sure that we can say the same for the other fellow. That's one less thief to trouble our streets at night. Although, heaven knows he won't be the last. Anyway, maybe you can help me with something. Let's talk more inside. Out here, we don't know who's listening. The merchant takes you to his house. Once inside, he stands by the door for a while, checking the street, and then finally, convinced you have not been followed, comes near to you to speak. And actually, I had to walk to him to speak, but anyway. Now, let me explain my proposition. We've always had brigands in the hills, driven to banditry by war, debt, or love of violence. Recently, however, they've been getting bolder, leaving their camps in the wild, venturing into town, looking for unwary prey. The watch commander tells us it's because of all the fighting on the frontiers, fewer men to keep an eye on the streets. But I'm not sure what to make of that. It seems to me that the most logical explanation is that These bandits have an ally inside the walls who helps them enter unnoticed and helps them identify particular tempting targets. Last week, you see, they took my brother. I don't know what my brother was thinking. A lad from a prominent house, out alone after dark in times like these. Well, I suppose you are too, but you're a stranger here, and didn't know how bad things have become. He had no such excuse, but his family. So what can you do? If you don't protect your kin, then people will start thinking that you can't protect your investments either, and that I can't have that. No doubt the gang will soon send word about the ransom, but I don't care to pay it. So here's my proposition. You look like you've had a bit of experience with a blade, sort of. And more importantly, you must have a bit of fire in your belly, or you wouldn't be coming to Paradia to seek your fortune. Kinda. Sorry. So here's what I'm asking you to do. Gather a small party, track down these bandits to their lair, teach them a lesson they won't forget, and get my brother back safe. In return, you'll earn my lasting gratitude and a bit of silver. What do you say? I'm interested. You're talking in silver. You won't be able to do this by yourself, though. If you try and take on the whole gang single-handedly, the hunter will become the hunted. I'll warrant. You'll first want to round up a group of volunteers. There's always a few lads in the villages around here looking for a bit of work that's more interesting than tiling the soil or hauling the water. They'll follow you if you pay, so take this purse of 100 dinars. Consider it as an advance on your reward. Go round to the villages and use the money to hire some help. I reckon that you need at least 5 men to take on these bandits. Very good, sir. I'll go collect some men from around the villages. Good. You can find me again in the tavern here in Sagas, after you've got your group together. Then we'll speak about what we do next. Alrighty. So I have a quest. Collect 5 men. But I'm feeling bold today, so let's go against these looters here. Surrender or die. As you wish, prepare to die. I was the one who threatened you first. So don't get cocky. Alright, switching to my blade, because I am awful at horse archery. And I will always be rubbish at that. I hate it. I just hate it. Oh, 4 of them. 4 of them bad guys. Alright. 1 down. Not really. Hit thrust. Yeah. Looter killed by John the Peddler Ostris. Oh, for the love of... Really? You buried that? Oh, I hit the one I didn't want it to hit. Lol. Alright. Dismounting. Well, that was far easier than I thought it would. 4 looters, 4 kills. Ooh, hello there. 11 to leg armor, 22 body armor. Well, I'm gonna take those and everything else, basically. I'm not very good with crossbows, so I'm just gonna use stones. Yeah, you can actually throw stones at people. Alright, so the first village we're gonna visit should be Quinn. That's where we will get our very first volunteers. Well, volunteer in this case. Fenada next off. Gonna speed up a little. The problem with speeding up is you tend to get really easily attacked by everyone when you do that. So now I have 8 members on our party, but they are highly untrained. We need to find some looters or something of that sort to actually, you know. Ooh, night, time to camp. Camping basically rests your soldiers, and also if you have a companion or you yourself have a skill in any skill actually in sea raiders. That's not good. That's not really. I should be afraid of them though. Anyway, if you have wound treatment, you will treat their wounds if they're wounded. If they're wounded, that doesn't mean they're dead. I'm gonna tell them to hold this position because stuff is gonna get ugly real soon. These are not common criminals. These are sea raiders, basically ancestors of the North. They're like Vikings much, and they're more than 6. If these are 6 sea raiders, they must have had reinforcements coming through. This is really not good at all. Those 3 are heading for my recruits, which again is not really optimal. I hate when horses do this. Oh boy. But they're not very well equipped in comparison with their friends, but still. Oh, they have lances. I forget they are really well. They have pretty good equipment. Oh my god, that actually looks painful. I don't have any archers because I haven't trained. That's exactly why I was wanting to train my soldiers, because basically once we have some archers in place as well. Okay, now it's time to charge. Oh, come on. Now it's time to order them to charge. Pointless, but hey, what can you do? Finally one on my strike list. They are hunting me mostly, except for that guy. I don't know. Really? North recruits are really weak, so I could use cheats, but hey. Okay, I'll just, yeah. They got me. Yeah, I lost everything and have been taken prisoner. This is not the end of the game though, because they were 12, of course. I managed to escape and heading for M&B right now to see if there's anybody willing to join me to this little trip. I don't think I would like to join me either. Well, now I have 5 of them, but I need a little bit more. I need like 10 for what I plan to do exactly. So how many do I have now? 9. 9 is fine. Well, it's 10 with me, so it's okay. Oh, looters. Surrender or die. Charge the enemy. I'll order them to just sit put and stand closer. It's gonna get dangerous. Dangerous! I have 9 recruits and myself, but even looters can be a problem at this point. Yeah, and I was throwing rocks. Really smart on my side. 1 down. 1 half down. Oh, really? Really? Come on, horsey. Go. Go, stupid horse. Down. At this point I could just order them to charge, which I'm actually going to do, because I'm basically attracting them to my soldiers who are just sitting here. Some actually may want to run away. Yeah, like that guy. No. I was wrong, sorry. Look at my recruits into place. Nice job, buddies. Actually getting some experience over here. Well, I think this makes for a very promising, not really, but still, very well played first episode. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share and subscribe, and for more role-playing goodness and other stories and legends, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next time, and have a nice day.